Your deadlift timeline. It's a series of exercises that's going to progress you or regress you through from the simplest variation all the way through to the hardest variation. Starting off with the kettlebell deadlift. You can do this with a dumbbell as well, getting the object or the weight between your feet, between your ankles, hips back, chest forward, head forward. We're looking to bend the knees, getting down to that weight, and we're going to move that weight in a vertical plane. So moving that weight straight up and down, making sure to fully extend the hips and use your legs, bend those knees, use your legs to get that driving force and get those hamstrings and glutes engaged. All right. From the kettlebell deadlift, we're going to progress the weight and the load. We can move into double kettlebell, double dumbbell, but essentially we're going to be moving into more of a barbell because we're going to start to get limited by the weight, by the amount of weight we can move effectively. So we're going to move into using a hex bar or a trap bar deadlift. Okay, this is a fantastic piece of equipment because it allows us to move a significantly amount of weight in a very efficient manner. Stepping inside the frame, again, feet just inside shoulder width, hips back, set your shoulders, brace your abdominals, head forward, driving through your legs, pushing the world away, full extension. And again, we want to get competent with this, and you can actually probably get your maximal load or maximal strength just by using the trap bar. Okay, it's a fantastic piece of equipment that I pretty much prescribe very quickly to a lot of our athletes and a lot of people we work with because it's just, you get so much work done with such a very efficient piece of equipment. Moving on though, moving into a barbell variation. Why do we need to bring a barbell into play if the trap bar is so good? Well, it's because there's so many other variations of exercises that I want you to learn using a barbell, moving into cleans, potentially snatches, but it's having that confidence with a barbell is what we're looking for. And lifting objects is never always simple anyway. So barbell, stepping forwards, you should be able to look down the bar, you should be able to see your feet, the other side of the bar, hips back, set your shoulders, set your back. We're now going to lead your eyes forward and down, driving through your feet, finding full extension. Bar path should be vertical, okay? Hips back, knees bent, put that weight on the floor, and we're building up that weight and that load and that reps as you go. Limitations here are going to be range of motion, your mobility through your ankles and your hips and your back, and we've got to work on that, hence why it's further down the line. Last one I'm going to talk about is the sumo deadlift. Now, some people can put this one before the barbell, but I generally put it after because it's a variation that we don't use as much, but it's fantastic at getting into the adductors and hamstrings. You're going to have to take a wider stance, okay, because we want to create more load and more intensity through a slightly different area of the posterior chain. But again, stepping inside, slightly higher skill set in terms of unless you're coming from a different background. But again, what we're looking to do, stepping forward, hips back, driving through, finding full extension. And again, I want us to build up that load to full intensity. All right, so there you go. You've got a great deal. You can see that series of exercises. You're going to be moving up and down that over your time in terms of your training and over your lifetime. But it's just good to know what those variations look like. And as I said, there may be a beginner, there may be an advanced, but essentially you're going to be moving through these without much trouble.